So with this clip, I just want to share with you guys the reason why I decided to purchase a semi truck for my husband, purchase it cash, using some of my savings. So for me, I'm gonna get into it real quick. So for me, like I said in a previous video, for me it was more important to have my husband home than it was to have money sitting at the bank, not making me any money basically. So purchasing the truck for him, it was actually my idea. If you guys look back to some of the other videos where I said, that I told him that that's what I wanted to do. He asked me, are you sure, because that's your money. And so it was actually my idea. I wanted to invest that money in something. I didn't know what I wanted to invest it in, so investing it in a business where I can have my husband be the leader of the business, to be who's handling the business and all of that. Like, why wouldn't I want to do that? Like, why
Right.
wouldn't you want to do that with your significant other if you know that you are with a person that you want to stay with the rest of your life? Now, I'm not saying go out there and spend all your money on somebody that is not gonna be in your life forever. So obviously you gotta be smart with that, and
Right.
people and all of that. But so for us, we have a really solid marriage. Not perfect, because nothing is perfect. We have our ups and downs, but we have a really solid marriage, a really good relationship and all of that. And we know that this is what we want, be together, build something together, hopefully spend the rest of our lives together. So investing that money in purchasing a truck for him, yes, he's the one leading, he's the one out here handling business and all of that. And to me, that is a blessing from God, that I have a man that can do that can do a lot of the things that I don't want to do. I don't want to be driving. As of right now, I don't have any plans on getting a CDL and driving. I don't know, we'll see. That might change in the future, like I said before. Who knows, right? But so if you watch any of the other videos, you know that I came from a job that was physical, standing on one spot, cutting hair 10-12 hours a day. It hurts your body. It hurts. It can do a lot of damage to your body with time. I did it for almost 2 years. I was feeling it. Like, I'm at that age. I'm 44, so it's not like I'm 20 years old anymore. So I was starting to feel it in my body, the pain, the aches, and all of that stuff. I didn't want to, continue to do that for another 10-20 years. So investing, with my husband in a business that can hopefully, give us something more solid for the future. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Why wouldn't you want to do that if you had the money, And that's exactly what I did. I put the money. He's putting all his hard work out there to make it work for us. And guess what? In return, I ain't gotta do nothing.
She don't do anything.
I ain't gotta do a damn
I run
thing.
the business.
Yeah.
I pretty much run everything.
Yeah.
The only thing she has to do, she really don't have to do it. She just want to be, part of the process. The only thing she does really is just dispatch the vehicle.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing she really does.
But it's not like he can't do it. He can do it.
I
He
could
did
do
it
it.
before when I was, still working a full-time job. He was doing some of the dispatching. I was doing some of the dispatching. So it's not like he can't do it, like he can do it. I choose to, help out with that because I want to be involved in it.
It gives her something to do.
It gets me, exactly. It gets me something to do. He's right. But I don't, now I don't have to do a damn thing, at all. Like, all I do, I wake up in the morning, like, my only concern throughout the day is to make sure that we find a load, if we can find a load, and what are we going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Simple. That's her
Very
day.
simple.
That's the day.
That's how my day goes.
Yeah, she don't lift a finger. The only time she's outside of the vehicle, when work is going on, is when she's filming.
Yeah, literally.
That's it.
Yeah. I don't get out there when they're any type of physical, when he's trapping loads, when he's
Mhm.
tarping, when he's doing any of that. I don't do none of that. I already did all of the physical labor before, to put us here. So now in return, my husband, like I said, a blessing from God, he retired me from working a job that was hurting my body constantly, more and more by the day.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, you run your household however you want to run your household, right? We're not telling you that this is the right way or the wrong way. This is what works for us, and this is why we do it. To us, it just doesn't make sense on why will you, if you're married, why will you want to be going, one of them is going left, the other one is going right, and instead of both of you, merging together and building together. Now I understand that doesn't work for everybody. I know there's a lot of couples, they can't be together all the time or work together, and that's fine. You know what I mean? For us, we are so like clingy with each other, like all day. Like we like being together.
24/7. And it's all good.
It's all good. Like we like being together, all the time. We we're husband and wife, but we're like best friends at the same time. He's my best friend. I want to say he's one of my only friends, actually, but he's my best friend. Why wouldn't I want to spend, all this time with my friend, with my best friend like that?
Yeah.
So, for us, it works. We have a really healthy, relationship where we can be here, in this small space, 24/7, and we're fine. Like, we're good. Like, he does what he does, I do what I do, and we're fine. Like, it works for us. So, for us, like for me as a female, it just, everybody has their own, opinion, and like I said, you do things how you do it. But as a female, why wouldn't you want to invest in your husband, with your husband, for your own benefit, for your own future? If you're planning on staying with that person forever, now I know that there is people that are in the relationships or are in the marriage, and they don't plan on staying with that person forever. Like I seen it, from people that I know. They don't plan on staying with that person forever, and they know that. So they start, making their own plans, trying to build their own thing separate. And to me, that is just so selfish and
it's counterproductive to building, for the most part.
Exactly. So for, to me, it just doesn't make sense, you can do so much more when you're united and you're working towards the same goal. You can accomplish so much more, so much faster. And as a female, when you get to a certain age, you need to understand that we don't have the same strength that we did when we was 20 years old. And I understand the whole independent woman and this and that and all of that. I understand that. I was one of them. I was super, super independent, for a long time, because I didn't have a choice. I had it to be that because I was by myself. Super independent, strong personality, and all of those other things. I worked in a super male dominant world for almost 20 years. So I had it to be that, super strong, independent, female. However, after I got married, I have a husband that it's a protector, is a provider, keeps me safe, makes me feel safe all the time. Like, why wouldn't I just fall back and let him do what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, because you was going to invest your money anyway in something.
Yeah.
So let's just say you invest your money in your own business, right? You still got to work that business.
And I don't want to work anymore.
She don't want to work anymore.
I don't want to work anymore.
It's better.
My shoulder hurts from cutting hair. I don't want to work anymore. That was my choice. He had nothing to do with what I did with my money or this or that. I said I want us to do this because I don't want to work anymore. So if I do this and you do this, can we get me to quit the job? And he was like, say no more. I got it from here.
It was a help me help you.
Yeah.
So we can help the whole household. And that's really what happened. On my end, it freed me from, working a 9 to 5 or even having any type of supervision above me. For her, she got out of the workforce completely.
Yeah.
So, a man's supposed to work, as far as I'm concerned. And I feel like a man could work a little bit longer in his middle age, 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s, at a better rate than a woman can.
Yeah.
So I feel like a man, that should be his job overall. He shouldn't be putting the burden, or female should have the burden of physical labor in our 40s, 50s, and 60s. So
Exactly. God made us different for a reason. He gave some of us females, brains, and give the men. I'm not saying the men don't have brains, but it gave men the strength, the muscles, so that you can be that workhorse that a family needs. You're the man. You're the leader of your home. That's what you should be, anyways. So God gave you that. God gave you the strength, the muscles that you can
utilize those
produce.
muscles.
Utilize
Use your
it for,
muscles, man.
for something good.
God made you a certain way.
Yes.
He made females a certain way. Yeah, I know people want to sit up there and contort the roles and try to bend them to however they want to bend them. But at the end of the day, we still are people. And everybody has their role just by design.
Exactly.
God designed it this way. So you a man, take care of the household, protect the household. Women have intuition. And I feel like any castle, the king needs the queen. In any situation like that, any dynamic like that, the king is being advised by that queen. You might not think he is. The president, king, whatever you want to call it, when he lay in the bed at night and he sleep next to his significant other, that woman is in his ear advising him, telling him things, and that's how he's able to move the way he moves. And it's the same dynamic here.
Exactly.
It's like some things I can't see, she can see. She can say, hey, don't make that move. That's a bad move. Doesn't mean she's telling me what to do. I mean, she has my best interest at hand. So
Yeah.
I'll always take, advice. And, if you're married to somebody, yeah, you should take their advice about things. If they want to invest, start a business so we can all be free from, free as we can be, from the workforce thing, yeah, why not?
Exactly. So but like I said, this is just us and our personal opinion on how we do things, right? I don't see absolutely nothing wrong with investing in your significant other, with your significant other, as long as you know that you have that person, it's a person, it has morals, it's a honest person, and that they're gonna do right by you. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing.
Don't crown a clown, though. So
Exactly.
you have to know how to vet people, and I would suggest you have to be with somebody for a long time before you make any move like that. If the situation was reversed, yes, I would have to be with that person for a long time.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. And we welcome all of the different opinions to our channel. There was some of them that that they I guess disagree with with what I did. One of them called me sugar mama.
sugar mama.
One of them said I was a sugar mama.
Sugar mama is for a guy that's broke and he doesn't work at all, and he's living off the woman. That's a sugar mama. I don't know what this guy was talking about.
I thought it was funny. I'm like, what? Wait, hold on, what? No.
I'm like, man, I go hard in the paint. What you talking about, man?
He's the one working out.
I get busy, man. What are you talking about, man?
Like, my money was an investment. That's the, and like I said, I welcome all of the opinions. That's your opinion. I respect that. Everybody is different. You probably came from a different background. You probably came from different background, different whatever, you know what I mean? But this is what works for us,
This is how we run this household,
right? And it works for us. I will say that I am the happiest I have ever been, being in a relationship, being where I am today, with my life, like I said, I don't have to worry about absolutely nothing. I get up in the morning whenever I want to get up. If I don't want to get up, Seneca rolls, and I'm sleeping in the back until whenever I feel like I want to get up. So it's, for me, it's the freedom that I have always wanted to have, being in a marriage and being able to not struggle and not have to go to work, get up in the morning, 5 in the morning. You have to be out there driving in crazy weather, whatever the case might be.
It ain't nothing wrong with it.
No.
Who wants to do it?
Right.
Let's be
who wants
honest.
To do it? Yeah, none of us want to do it.
We both did it for years.
Yeah.
It's like, I know what I prefer.
Yeah.
This or that, I choose this.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to work hard and run the company pretty much, I do it. It's better than having a supervisor telling me I got to work Sunday and I'm on my 80th hour already.
Exactly.
So, and these things have happened.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's I choose this.
Yeah, same here. Like I said, it's an investment. Some people will understand. Some of them will never understand. That in a marriage, that this is how it's supposed to be in a marriage, because you accomplish more by working together. You never see an army winning a fight or a war by working separate. You see them winning by working together. So the marriage is the same thing. You're not going to win if both of you are going, separate ways. I'm not saying that it's bad to have different careers. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you're in the position to invest in something, why not invest with your significant other? To me, the person that you go to bed with every single night should be the person that you can trust the most.
Yeah.
Like the most, or the only person that you should be able to trust.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, then you're probably laying on the bed with the wrong person. You're probably laying on the bed with the wrong person. And and that's not the case here. For us, the freedom that this trucking has given us is priceless for me. Like I said, we have kids. My kids live in Seattle. We're all the way in wherever we are, Florida, Georgia, whatever. So I can just, at any time that I want, I can just get up in a plane, go over there and see them whenever I want. If I want to go 3, 4, 5 times, during the year, I can do that because I don't gotta ask permission to anybody. Oh, can I take the time off? Can I do this? I don't have to ask anybody. All I gotta, ask my husband. Hey, can I go? Can we go? Do you want me to go? Do you want us to go? Do you put me in a plane? I can stay there for however long I want to, with my kids. Having that freedom, like I said, to me, is priceless. When you work for other people, obviously you can't do that. And I did that for so many years. I missed out on so many, good times with my kids because I had it to be at work, And why wouldn't you want to place yourself in a position where you don't have to do that anymore? You don't gotta ask permission anymore. You don't gotta, be praying that they let you take, at least 1 week off every year and things like that.
Sick days.
Something.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. And I don't have to do none of that, thanks to, investing the money and having a leader that can lead the business. And I know that I trust him 100% to do that.
I'm proven.
We didn't get married yesterday.
She's not going to invest this money into somebody who don't know what they're doing. Trust me, she's smart.
I'm
smart.
I'm soft. I'm very soft, and I'm very in my feminine ways, with my husband, and I let him be the leader and all of those things. But I'm not stupid. I'm really smart when it comes to like managing my money, managing certain things, I'm not gonna invest on somebody that I didn't trust. We have kids. Like anything that we're building, hopefully will go to our children one day. So I will not invest all of this money on somebody that I didn't trust, knowing that it could have gone to my kids instead.
Yeah.
Like I said, we didn't get married yesterday. We've been together for about going on 7 years. So we know each other pretty well, I think, I know.
Even more now.
Yeah. We have got to know each other in ways that I never thought.
Hey,
Been in the truck 24/7.
hey, what can I say?
This trucking situation has taken our marriage to a whole different level of
Closeness.
Yes.
We're real close now. So,
Yes, it has.
yeah.
But so yeah, that's just, like I said, it's just the way we run things in our household. It works for us. Both of us are happy. I am, like I said, the happiest I ever been. With the freedom of being out here with him. I love being out here with him on the road. I enjoy waking up in different states, different cities every day, something different, something new. To me, it's freedom, because I spend so many years in a shop, like working every single day, that, I never had that freedom of, just get up and go and do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, her whole energy is different now.
Yeah.
I recall when she was working at the shop and she
Yeah.
wore out,
Yeah.
got to lay down for an hour before she do anything.
Yeah.
I better not ask her to cook immediately. She might throw something at me. For real. So
Real talk.
that was back then when she
Yeah.
was working.
Yeah.
I mean, and as far as me sitting back as a husband watching that, I always felt like I got to do something
Yeah.
to free her. One of these days, I don't know what it was going to be, because I was working at the time a regular job. But once I got my CDL, then that's when the light bulb went off for both of us, and we was like, hey, we can
Yeah.
free ourselves.
Yeah.
All we got to do is this, and that. And so we executed.
Yeah.
And her whole energy is different now, and I like looking at that. It's less arguing.
That's for sure.
So one of the most important parts of it
Yeah.
is she's happy. And
I am, and like I said, throughout the day, I have absolutely nothing going on, other than I can sit here and talk to you guys on social media all day long, answer questions and do whatever. I can talk to my kids on the phone for however long I want. I can talk to my family. I can do whatever it is that I want to do. I ain't got to do nothing else. And to me, that's priceless. Like spending that money on buying that truck, just an investment.
like I said, if she would have bought herself a business or started her own shop, she
Yeah.
still would have had to do the exact same thing.
And
And on top of that, I don't want my wife around all these dudes every day. I was about to say something else. Every day. So I'm like,
keep it clean.
yeah. So I got to get her away from this, and like, I'm the only man she need to be talking to about anything. So.
And I understand that,
Yeah.
I totally understand that feeling. Like I said, barbering is a very male-dominant world, and
Yeah.
there for that long time, I was the only female working at the barber shop with like another 10, 15, males. So I get it, I get it. Put the fist down.
Sorry, baby. Sorry.
So no, being able to move me away from all of that has actually brought so much happiness and peace to our marriage that it was so worth it. Like, it was so worth it. I don't regret anything. I'm so happy that we made the choice that we made, and that so far, not perfect, but so far it's working out for us, just fine.
Yeah.
And like I said, no, he didn't make me, somebody said that he made me do that, in one of the comments. And I'm like, if
What?
you knew how hard-headed I am, like, nobody can make me do things I don't want to do. I have to want to, do it for me to do it. And, like I said, it was actually me, the one that brought the idea of, like, you
It
know
was
what?
her idea.
Yeah, let's get it done,
Yeah.
But, opinions are opinions, and they're all welcome, good or bad,
I love
different, or...
we like the interaction.
We do. We love the
At the end of the
interaction.
day.
Believe me, I wake up in the morning and then I love just laying there and reading, all of the comments, messages that I get. I appreciate so much love and support from you guys. So when I started this channel, honestly, it was just to give me something to do and keep me, entertained throughout the day. One day we was driving down the road somewhere in the truck, and then I was like looking at some videos on YouTube, and I said, you know what? I think I want to start a YouTube channel. It was shortly after I had quit my job and got on the truck with him. And Seneca looked at me like I was crazy. Like, huh? And I was like,
I was
yeah,
like,
it will.
why?
I know. He was like, wait, what? And I'm like, it will give me something to do, and it will keep me, entertained throughout the day, keep me busy, something, something to do. And he was like, all right, okay. But so for me, it was just basically just to give me something to do out on the road, and I am so shocked to see all of the support and all of the love I've been getting from you guys, and I appreciate that so much. Like, I have got some so like heart touching messages on the comments that I'm like, there has been a few of them that have made me cry because it's just so much love, and I appreciate that very much. And like I said, I welcome all of the opinions, good, bad, different, agree to disagree, whatever. I want to be able to like learn from everybody, because my channel is all about sharing the knowledge as well, so just, I'm fine with it. Bring them on. But yeah, so that's that's how we feel. That's how we think. That's how we run. The marriage, the relationship, and it might be different for you guys. It might be different for somebody, and that's okay. If it works for you, it works for you. For me, I remember one of the hardest days, when I was dropping off Seneca at the truck stop when he was still working for Warner. It was not the last time before, it was not the last time, before we purchased our truck. It was the second to the last time. So I had it to be at work that morning. I drove to the truck stop to drop him off, and it was just, that time it was so difficult to want to let him go. It was just something in my heart that just didn't feel right. Like, it was so much worry in my heart, about sending him out, and I just couldn't understand, like, what was it? It was hard for me because we was in a brand new state. We had just moved to Florida. I have no family, no friends there, and Seneca was gone, with Warner. So it was really difficult, but I managed, because I stayed busy at work and all of that. But that one time, I just couldn't get over it. Like, I drove from the truck stop to my job, which it was about, I don't know, 35-minute drive. I just couldn't stop crying the whole time on my way to work. I cry and cry, and I got to the shop, and I'm just sitting there in the parking lot, just like crying my eyes out, and I'm just like, hey, what the hell? Like, why am I feeling like this? This time, like, I was worried, and I'm like, oh God, like, maybe I should like call him and have him come back, or I don't know. So it took me a good, I don't know, couple hours, that morning to like pull myself together and be able to like, okay, let me get out of my car, let me go back, let me go inside the shop and get to work. And it was getting so hard to wanna, be away from my husband like that, sending him out there to work and knowing that he was gonna be gone, for weeks at a time and all of that. It was really hard. It was really hard, and it was getting to that point where I was just like, I don't think I can do this, for a whole year, or or whatever, you know what I mean? So that time, I in my head I had it clear that we have to get our own. How, I still don't know how, but we have to get our own. Like, I gotta bring my husband home no matter what, so that we can do something together, within trucking, instead of him, being out there like that. When you're married, it's really hard, to want to you go to bed by yourself every night, you wake up by yourself every morning, and like in our situation, we don't have kids at home, so it's not like I had, kids to take care of the house and this and that. It was just me, wake up in the morning, it's super quiet, go to bed at night, super quiet, it's just you. And that right there was just not sitting right with me anymore. Like, it was getting harder and harder and harder to want to do that. So that right there was another reason on why I was like, no, we gotta make something happen. And Seneca's out there working and driving, and like, he can't be doing the things that I can do from being at home on my days off and all of that, like doing all of the research, finding the truck and all of those things. That's, to me, you gotta help out. You know what I mean? Gotta do your part. But again, I come from a culture where I was raised really traditional, like super traditional, and within our culture, when we're little girls, I guess you can say we are groomed to understand that when we have a husband, you're supposed to do anything and everything in your power to to be that rock for your husband, to make sure that you're putting him and helping him to get to a position where he can take care of the house, where he can be the head of the house, he can be the leader of your family. And you are not to get on his way of doing that. You are to fall back and let that man be the man and lead the way he's supposed to lead. That's how I was raised. I'm not saying, that the however somebody else was raised is better or is worse or this. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, that's where I came from. Like, within my culture, we're like huge, with family, unity and keeping, things within the family, keeping things, together, doing things together to build up each other. And I felt like it was my job as a wife to do the things that was going to put us, ahead of the game, and that was going to, empower us together as a married couple, and that's what I did. So I don't see nothing wrong with that. I know a lot of other females, and I can say this because I have female friends that have that mentality. A lot of females are super selfish. It's all about me, and me only. Like give me, and if you don't have that money or this or that, I don't want you. You move how you move. If you end up by yourself when you're 60 years old and you can't do things for your own, for by yourself.
Father time to catch them. they always talk tough when they're young.
Yeah.
And it's like, you hit a certain age, you start realizing, you squandered your looks, and now you're 55. So
and that
now
comes
what?
Real quick.
Now what? And a couple women could get away with it. Yeah, if you Holly Berry. But at the end of the day, it's not going to work, so I mean, you just got to do what's best for the team, and as a man, you got to understand what type of woman you have. So you have to go as hard as you can to protect her.
Yeah.
So she's allowed to move and get things done. If she has a good plan, you help her execute it at all costs. I mean, even if your life was on the line, because driving trucks is obviously dangerous. But what job? I mean, a lot of jobs going to work is dangerous.
Right.
When there's a blizzard outside or it's raining or anything. So there's always risk involved. So it's all about sacrifice, I guess you could say.
Absolutely.
On both ends. She invests, she helped me, I help her, and she's free now, and she don't have to feel the aches and pain. She don't got to come home wore out, feet hurting, knees hurting.
Yeah.
So.
And to me that's more than than what I could have had expected from from what we did. Like, this is exactly what I picture being for us if we invested and did our own thing. And now that we have it, it's like my only regret is not doing it sooner than we did. Like, literally, that's the only regret that I have.
Well, I wish we would have met at 25 or something like that.
I know, right?
A couple million by now.
Probably, yeah. We're super determined. When we want something, we just get focused and get it done. And that's what you have to do. To accomplish things, you cannot expect to get instant gratification for things that you have not worked hard enough. You don't deserve them. You do not deserve them if you haven't put in the work. But when you have it, and good things come your way, you're like, I know that I deserve that because I worked really hard for that. And that's how I feel today. I'm super blessed to have a husband that can lead and provide and protect and all of that, and I can just fall back and just let it let it be. Let the man be the man.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you gotta do.
He got to be a man now.
Yeah, he do. Like
Results
a real one.
may vary.
I don't understand, some females, that have that mentality that, you have to be on the defensive mode all the time with your own husband, with your own man, The man has to deal with so much already, when they go out there to work and this and that and, egos and, whatever with other men. Yeah, and then they come home to what's supposed to be their peace, their safe place. And the wifey, girlfriend, whatever, they always on that defensive mode, fighting them like another dude. Like that man doesn't want to go to bed with somebody that is acting like another dude in the house.
Oh no.
You gotta learn to tone it down. If you see that you have a real man, a real leader, provider, protector, just fall back and let the man lead. Let him do his job. If you keep getting on the way of that man is never going to grow as a person, as a husband. He's never going to grow because you're limiting what he can do by getting on his way, running your mouth all the time, attitude, fights, screaming, acting like another dude basically. And with that behavior, all you're doing is just you're pushing that person away, honestly. Like that's like I said, I come from a male dominant world and job, and let me tell you the stories. When you're a hairdresser, barber, and all of that, you're like a psychologist, basically.
They be confessing.
They be telling, they be telling. I learned so much on what to do and what not to do, with having a boyfriend, husband, or whatever, from my clients, from listening to the stories that they will, come and share with me, for all of these concerns and problems in the marriage, and all of the things that they hated about their wife, their significant other. Like some of that stuff was just like, there was times where I just like, oh God, like I don't know what to say to that. So for me, honestly, working in a male dominant career, it really helped me a lot to grow as a female, understanding the things that are absolutely not a priority for a man, and the things that really matter to a guy. In my 20 years of cutting hair, like I don't recall not even one time a dude coming in there and telling me, yeah, I married this girl because she was out there with her fake eyelashes and her fake nails and all of this. So all of the things that some females think that is so important and so like, I gotta get my nails done, I gotta get my eyelashes and this and that.
They don't care about this.
Men can care less about those. I'm sure that there is the ones that I cannot speak for everyone, but I'm sure that there's the ones that maybe they care about. And I'm not saying that it doesn't look good. It looks good on some people, and
Yeah.
But anyway, so I never had a guy that came and said, yeah, I married her because of her fake eyelashes. They look really good. Like that was never a thing. She had her nails done. No, it was usually, guys saying, I really like that girl because, she had a good, she had brains. She's really, she's good with money. She's, great, with family, kids. She had good morals. Yeah. She was raised, correctly, and things like that a lot of females don't have, today, and it's sad. I see a lot of young girls, and the things that they do, the way they behave, and all of that is just
it's
like
hot girl summer every summer, and Father Time gonna catch you.
Yeah, it
gonna catch you.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a winter for you. No more hot girl summers, cold girl winters.
God said it, God. Don't mind him.
I'm gonna stop, man. I'm stop.
But so anyways, just to me, it's just basically just understanding each other, right? Like understanding, what's important, what the, priorities. Like I said, our marriage is not perfect at all. God knows that it's not perfect, and that we have had so many ups and downs. So many arguments, disagreements, heated conversations, you name it, we had it. However, we knew that we wanted to be with each other. We knew that we got married for a reason. So we said that no matter what, we was gonna make it work. We was gonna, work out through any type of problem situations. The only thing that we said that we was never ever gonna allow, and that it was gonna be a done deal for us, it was infidelity. That is something I don't tolerate. Period. Seneca doesn't tolerate that either.
Yeah.
That will be a deal
Things are
breaker.
not the same
No,
after that.
I'm too. I will remind you every single day of your life, and that will be very unhealthy. For no. So.
I agree. Every argument is coming up.
Yeah, it would. So for me, that's a no. That's a quick, let's get divorce type of situation. So, and we both knew, we had a clear understanding what the expectations were, from each other. Now that we was perfect for each other, we wasn't. We was good for each other, and we wanted to be with each other, and we said we're gonna work through everything. Now it takes two, mature people to understand, what do you have to do from there to make each other be perfect, be perfect for each other. Seneca had it to train me, to be, I know it sounds crazy, he had it to train me to be the wife that he needed. I had it to train Seneca to be the husband that I wanted to have, the husband that I needed in my life.
Yeah.
We both knew, and we both agreed that we both needed some training, to be able to have that really strong foundation to our marriage, and that's what we did, But it took a lot of work, day by day, one day at a time, take one day at a time. And communicating, obviously, communicating, very important. Communicating, daily, and, reminding each other that, hey, that we already talked about this. Like I said, it bothers me. I said, don't do it again. You did it again. And it's just a constant reminder of we're working, towards the same goal. And that goal is to have a healthier, marriage. And it's not easy.
It takes effort.
It takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
A lot of effort, a lot of work.
You gotta work on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might slip up.
Yeah.
Your significant other gotta tell you, like, hey, remember I told you I don't like X, Y, and Z. And sometimes as a man you gotta hold your ego and whatever it is, your pride, whatever you want to call it, and say, oh yeah, she don't like X, Y, and Z. Let me stop or whatever to control it.
Yeah.
Just to keep things, less drama. I guess you could say. Less tension, less drama. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's finding that person that you want to be with, and you gotta, first of all, understanding, what are those things that we still gotta work on, right? Like, we both knew that we had, things that you didn't appreciate so much about myself. And there were some things that I didn't appreciate so much about yourself.
Hey.
And when you understand those things without getting your feelings hurt, without getting, upset about it and all of that, and instead of getting, mad about somebody, pointing those things out to you, you're like, okay, I'm going to work on it. Can we work on it together? It makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
A lot easier.
You have to understand that, at least I can say you, but me, I have to understand that everybody's not built like me. They don't have my perspective on things, my opinions. So when they say things, they mean it. Now I can sit up here and be a bonehead and say, nah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. It's like the only thing you're doing is causing more drama.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's gonna happen. So you have to be considerate. That's what I'm saying, of other people's opinions, perspectives, things that trigger them.
Yeah.
You have to be considerate of it. So if you really want to be with that person.
Yeah. If you really want to be with that person, that's right, because you don't want to do all this, put in all this work and time if you're not thinking that, that's who you want to be with. Like, don't be wasting your time. And, as a female, understanding, what is it that you're trying to get out of that relationship, like what do you want? Do you want to be a girlfriend forever? Do you want to be a wife? Like, what are you trying to get out of that relationship?
Not forever. I hope not.
I know, right? Like, like for me, I knew that, I wanted a husband. Like, I wanted to be a wife. Like, I wasn't going to take nothing less than that, because I knew that I deserve a husband and that's what I wanted. However, there was time in many years, throughout my life where I knew that I was not ready to be that wife, to anybody. And I like getting to know yourself as a person and understanding that you got to work on yourself first before you can be of any type of value to anybody else. Understanding that it takes a lot of work, and it takes being mature. And it took me getting to a certain age to understand that I'm not going to get in a relationship just to be in a relationship. Like, I don't want that. Like, I want to get married and I want to have a husband, but I know for a fact that I'm not ready to be a good wife to anybody. So I had to work on myself for a very long time. And like, I used to pray every night and be like, God, that I want a husband, and I hope that you make that happen, for me one day, but I'm not ready right now. So please don't send me that super handsome, guy into my life, and I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready to be, what I need to be to somebody else's life. Like, please don't do that. Send it to me when I'm ready for it. When I'm ready to receive that man, into my life and be a good wife, that's when I want you to send him to me. Well, I think God knew that I needed a lot of work, because it took a lot of years, to find that. Like, it took a lot of years to find that, but it was a good thing, because when that happened, I knew, like, when I met Seneca, like, I wasn't like out there looking or anything, but I was open that I know I want a husband, and I'm going to give me a husband one day whenever it happens. Like, I'm ready for it. But it took so long to get to that point where I knew that my heart was completely free of any type of toxic behavior or anything. And I was like so ready to be a wife and be a good quality wife to somebody. So, like I said, when I met Seneca and we got together and all of that, I was just so happy. Like, I was so happy, because I knew that this dude is going to get a quality wife.
I know it.
Oh my God, did I move my seat? I think I did, a little bit. But anyways, I almost fell. But anyway, so it takes, it just takes time. You know what I mean? It just takes time. It takes, learning each other and working on yourself as well. You know what I mean? You can't be a good wife or a good husband if you don't understand, yourself first, and understand what you gotta work within yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna have to have a screw open so I can see over there with you. It's on phone. All right, that's better. So yeah, but that's basically that's how it started for us, and here we are today.
She gave me the talk. She pretty much told me she don't want to play house anymore. And what that means is, I don't want to be just your girlfriend. And as a man, when you hear something like that,
did it scare you when I said that?
No, it caught me off guard, because it was early in the morning. But it was early in the morning. We had to have a serious talk, and it's about playing house. She didn't want to be a girlfriend anymore. And as a man, you gotta understand quality.
Yeah.
And I knew she was a quality woman, so I mean, it wasn't no big deal. It was like, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what you want, so I respected it.
Yeah.
I respected it. She wasn't playing games with me. She didn't want to drag out the relationship 5 years down the line. Mm-hmm. Now she's saying, "Hey, I'm ready now." It's like, no, she let me know. She let me know straight up. So.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And and it goes back to saying, as a female, you gotta know, what you want for your life, right? But you also have to, you gotta be honest about it. Like, if you're ready to receive that blessing from God, of sending you a husband and all of those things, Like, are you really ready? Like, is your heart clean and, ready to receive that person? And if it's not, that's okay. It's okay to not be ready for that. But don't be telling somebody that you're ready when you're not. You know what I mean? Like, those are things that we do when we're like super young and immature and all of that. You get to a certain age, and you don't want to be wasting good years of your life or somebody else's life just because you can't be honest about it. Like I said, for a long time, I knew that I wasn't ready. I had a lot of, I had some issues within me that I knew I had to work through those and understand myself better and make, certain changes to my behavior, my personality, and all of those things. And that's what I did. So when, like I said, when Seneca came around and, we got together and all of that, I knew that, that's who I want. Like, I want him to be my husband. However, I am not going to sit here and play house with him. We dated for a little bit over a year, and I was doing basically a lot of the wifey tasks, like cooking for him.
She cook too.
Cooking for him, doing laundry, doing this, doing all of those things, right?
I was loving it.
He was loving it. He said that he was clueless about how I felt when it came to...
me and brains don't operate like, I'm gonna marry this woman. we show up
and we're happy.
Yeah, and things just pan out that way. So, but when you hear a quality woman tell you that's what she wants, and what everything else is out on the streets or whatever you want to call it, you got a quality woman, you better keep it. It ain't nothing wrong with marriage.
No, not at all.
It ain't nothing at all.
Not at all. And that's what I told him. I said, if you're not ready, I understand. I don't want you to do nothing that you don't feel comfortable with or that you feel like you're not ready for it. However, I'm ready. I know what I want. I was I don't know however old I was at the time, but I was at that age where you know when it's right, and when it's the one you want to keep forever. And I knew that about him. So I said, I'm not gonna play house with you anymore. Like, it's not gonna happen. And it was not like we was fighting or anything. It was just I knew what I wanted, and I didn't want to be investing my time, energy in a relationship that if it's not gonna go anywhere, why would I want to keep doing that? I'm really calculated with my time, and like, I want to be able to spend the best years of my life with a husband. So I'm not going to spend the best years of my life searching for a husband. You know what I mean? So I said, hey, this is what I want, and you knew that from the day we started dating. And if you're not ready, that's fine, but I'm ready. If you don't want to be a husband, we can remain friends. We can still, it's cool. It's like no hurt feelings of any type, because he was my best friend, And I said, so, make your decision and just let me know. If you wanna do it, fine. If not, then that's fine too. But if you don't wanna do it, we need to, go separate ways.
It was an easy choice.
And literally, that all he said was like, I guess we're getting married.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, he's like, we're getting married, and I was like, that was easy.
Yeah, you gotta twist my arm. It's wild out here in these streets.
I was like, you're the one getting married, I'm gonna send you back to the streets.
Oh, come back to the streets, baby. She said she didn't want to be on the streets either.
Me either. I was done with being out on the streets.
Streets, man.
There's nothing out there for me.
It ain't nothing. Nothing but drama.
Nothing, right. Drama and problems. A
whole lot of unproduction going on out there. Ain't nobody producing nothing.
Exactly. So anyways, that's how we ended up, together and getting married and all of that. But again, it goes back to saying you gotta get to know yourself and get to understand what you're bringing to somebody else's life. Like, are you ready to receive that? If you're not, keep on pushing, man. Like, take your time, get ready. Don't get into anything just to get into things, because that's just wasting your time, wasting your energy, wasting somebody else's time, and that's not cool,
Yeah, people, you're getting older.
You're getting
older.
older.
Especially when you hit your 30s, you really can't be wasting time with people.
Exactly.
It's important. I would suggest more, for the ladies, I guess you could say, because you don't want to squander your looks. You don't want to waste your time trying to have a hot girl summer every summer, and you wake up one day
and it's winter. You wake up one day and it's winter.
You know winter comes, right? so
winter comes after summer.
Yeah, so you don't want to waste it. You don't want to squander it. You want to find a quality guy and build with him.
Yeah.
If he's not already built.
Yeah.
If he's already built, then you know what comes with it. Yeah. So you got to be ready to probably fall back and let him run things if he's already built.
Yeah.
You know, so it ain't no 50-50 if he's already built.
No. And you know, a lot of females, probably guys too, you know, that you have this thing in your head about what you want. You want this person that looks a certain way, and this guy that has this many muscles, and you know, all of those things, and he has to be a 10, she has to be a 10. So what if your coworker is a 6, and he's a great guy, he's a great person, he's the best out there, but you want a 10 and he's only a 6?
If
you
that 6 worship you,
yeah,
and he's quality,
yeah,
you better take him serious.
You better look at those qualities and get him to an 8.
Because that 10 know he's a 10.
Yeah.
Or her. They know they 10s, and they got options.
So they're probably looking for a 20.
20, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
So with that guy or girl that you think it might be a 6, you better start looking at those good qualities and get him to an 8 at least.
Yeah,
and
man.
you know, like, you can't base all of that, you know, on looks. You know, looks fade away. For everybody, I don't care who you is, looks fade away. And you know, what's in here, that's to stay there forever, and that's what you should be, you know, looking for in a person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it. When we're young, you know, we just go for like the hottest thing that we see out there and this and that. But when you get to a certain age, you gotta tone it down some and start thinking with this, you know.
I just wish they'd do it a lot younger.
I know.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, time waits on nobody.
It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. And you know, sometimes, and this comes to, I don't know, you know, just life in general, I guess. You know, when we're young, a lot of the times, you know, females spend, you know, best years of their life, you know, 20s, you know, whatever, you know, just running around, you know, sleeping with different people, making, you know, bunch of kids racking up numbers, you know, having all of these kids with all these baby daddies and this and that and that. And
guys too.
Guys too. It goes for girls and guys. So you get to your 30s and you find a good quality person now, but you have all of this, you know, baggage with you.
Yeah.
And it's going to be harder for you to find a quality person that is going to want to deal with all of that stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, you know, I told you guys I have kids. I have 2 kids. I had one when I was 16. I had my second one when I was 20. And that's it. I didn't want to have any more. I said, I don't care what happens in the world, I'm not having any more kids, right? So I get to my early 30s. Both of my kids, you know, adults, they're on their own, you know, God bless them, they're out there doing their own thing. So it's just me, you know, by myself now. And, you know, I started, you know, getting out there, the dating life and all of that. So now, I'm not saying that I'm the best quality, you know, that you're going to get, but I'm not going to look at you and give you the time of the day if you're a guy with like 5 kids and 5, you know, baby mamas out there. You know what I mean? I'm not entertaining none of that, because first of all, I don't got kids at home anymore. Second of all, I don't want to deal with the drama from all of that. And then that's only, you know, like knowing that you have all of that, it's only telling me what you've been doing with your life, you know, to that point, which has been nothing productive other than sleeping around and making kids, right? And I ain't judging. You do what you do, player. Like, that's, you know. But I'm just saying, you know, you get to a certain age where, you know, males and females, we're going to look at that person's, you know, track record and be like, do I want to be a stepmom to like 5 different kids and deal with 5 different mamas? And, you know, same thing with the guys. Like, it's a lot of drama, I'm sure, you know. So
yeah, I mean, that's how at least a man with some sense, he should vet a woman, you know. It's your resume. what you been doing, you know, how many kids you got, how many baby daddies, what do you want out of life? You know, you get, as far as like morals, you got to be with them for a while to kind of figure out their morals and standards. So that might take a little bit of time, but
Yeah.
I would suggest, man, you got to vet these people
You do.
or